Everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments.
Don't be acting afraid. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at.
Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.
That he has seen 4 other times on camera. The fact being just a standard white boy with brown hair was seen walking up staircase. White boy with brown hair was seen. White boy with brown hair was seen. White boy with brown hair was seen.
Go ahead.
Just so I also have clarity, since your basis has been evidentiary, you keep saying that you have evidence or like you are following evidence. Which one of the charges against, or all of them, do you think Tyler Robinson is guilty of?
Here we go. The specific charge?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think is that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, but of the 7 charges that he's being charged.
Yeah. Can we list them real quick? I'll tell you exactly which ones. We'll pull them up.
Well, do you know any of the charges he's
Do you
up
know
for
any
right now?
charges?
Yeah, of course. But I want to make sure that we have them listed.
Yeah, but like can you name one? Because my general perspective is that you don't actually care about this case. You're not following the case.
That's the question. You're just not following it enough.
It seems pretty, like, if you're going to engage and you're going to say the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson is guilty, I just think that you should, like,
right.
Can you tell me one
Then let's do the
charge
counter. You can really, hang on.
All right, so this is what we're going to talk about. Andrew Wilson is a total idiot, and I'm going to explain why. One, he was caught in slow motion having an earpiece in, right? We're going to talk about the earpiece thing in a minute, but he was caught having an earpiece in. That's the first thing. Let's forget about the earpiece, like the scandal side of it for a second. He had an earpiece in. So if he had an earpiece in, why did he not know the 7 charges? This proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Andrew Wilson is an idiot. Because if you have an earpiece in, they should be able to easily tell you what the 7 charges are. You're on a live podcast. What are they feeding you if they are feeding you anything? And if they're not feeding you anything, why do you have an earpiece in? So everybody, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. We got a lot of new people coming in. I got a video about Andrew Wilson's body language. We're going to talk about that also. So the 2 things we're going to talk about is, of course, the earpiece scandal, and of course, his weird twitching. And I need to say this before we even start, but drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at and hit the like button. We have a lot to speak on, and I have new information that nobody has seen before also. So share this video with everybody you know. I want to first start off by saying this. For Andrew Wilson to run around saying that women are dumb, stupid, or whatever, right? He sure keeps getting bodied by women. The women that exposed him and his wife for having 3 different baby daddies was a woman, of course, and Candace Owens with her battle bun. I wish she would have had her battle bun up. She had her hair down. I wish she would have had her battle bun up. That would have been epic. But Candace Owens literally ended this man's career. So he talks mess about how terrible, retarded, or whatever you want to call it, women are, but women keep embarrassing this man. So that's the first thing. The next thing is, before we get this whole show started, I need to say this because I have to be a human and I have a certain amount of tact and humanity about myself. In no way am I telling my audience that this Andrew Wilson guy is on drugs, okay? Because we're going to talk about how he's twitching and how he's having this spasm going on in his throat. And there's a possibility, a very good possibility, that it could be withdrawals from some type of hard drug. But I want to say on the record that, one, I don't know this for a fact. I'm just speculating because I don't want any problems. And if he does have health problems, I don't want to make it look like his health problem is a drug problem. Okay. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand that. I am not saying that Andrew Wilson is on any drugs because I don't know. Because, like I said, at the human side of me is saying, wow, what if this man has some type of neurodivergent issue, some type of neurological issue that is causing all these convulsions? I don't want to turn around and make fun of somebody's health problems. Okay. So with all that being said, it may be a health problem and it may be a drug problem, but I don't know. And I'm not insinuating that it is a drug problem. Okay. So the only reason why I'm bringing up these twitches in particular, and even thinking that it may be a drug problem, is because of my own life when I was a kid. So let me explain that. Because this is my childhood, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this because I talked about this a little bit in my last video I did. My mom did not make the best decisions in the men that she dated. And with all that being said, my mom was dating a guy that was on drugs. And the reason why this has something to do with this conversation is because he had the same exact twitches that Andrew Wilson had. So Andrew Wilson, I'm going to show you in a minute, was displaying 3 different types of twitches. There's a face twitch. He's going like this. Whatever. There's a neck twitch where you'll see in his neck that I'm about to show you that there's something like there's a spasm going on, and he's going like this over and over again. And these 3 things, and along with that, his foot was shaking profusely. You know, anybody could be shaking their foot, but his foot was shaking so much where his shoe actually came untied. Right. So it's a little bit of a issue when your foot is just going like this. Nothing like kind of like this, you know, you're just moving around. But with these twitches, I seen them before myself. And I cannot just turn around and say, well, because my mom's ex-boyfriend was on drugs, that means the same thing with Andrew Wilson. No, I can't say that. Okay. But what I can do is just have a conversation about what I interpreted because of what I seen firsthand. Because the guy that was dating my mom, he had the face twitches, he had the neck twitches, and he also had the shakes, and he every now and then would be like this. So I instantly seen it in the video with Andrew Wilson, and I was just like, ooh, this is traumatizing because it reminded me of my childhood. So now that I prefaced all that, because I think that's important for us just as people to, one, understand that some people have internal neurological issues, but some people actually may be on drugs. Because this is the way I knew or found out that the guy that my mom was dating had a drug problem. Because I went to my mom one time. I said, Mom, George is twitching all the time. And in my mind, I was just trying to like low key check my mom and like, yo, why are you dating this loser? Right? What is wrong with him? And my mom actually sat there and told me, because me and my mom had a great rapport. And my mom passed away, you know, rest in peace to my mom, but we had a great relationship. And she turned around and said, okay, I'm just going to tell you why he's twitching and having these spasms. George has a drug problem. And I'm like, what? And I'm not going to tell you what drug he had a problem with because I don't want anybody to hear. And it was a hard drug. Okay. It was one of the 5 hard drugs that we all hear about. I'm not going to say which drug it was because I don't want anybody leaving this live stream and getting on Twitter saying that Mr. Lego said Andrew Wilson is on blank. So I'm not even going to say the drug because I don't want any problems. Okay. I want to get sued. So my mom said George has a drug problem. And the reason why he's twitching and spasming is because I told him if he doesn't quit doing this drug, it's over for us. She found out that he was doing this drug and she got mad and said, I'm going to leave you. And he was like, no, I'll stop. And him trying to stop was causing twitches and spasms. So he was going through withdrawals. Okay. So this is a real life situation that I grew up remembering like it was yesterday. Okay. So when I see Andrew Wilson, the first thing I assumed, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist. So these are all assumptions and speculations. I literally said to myself, my mom is literally dating a drug addict. This is crazy. So when I see Andrew Wilson, the only thing I can assume is he is also, okay? It's an assumption. So let's get to it. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know you at if you have not already. And let's get into all of this stuff. First, I want to show you guys some things that you might not know about Andrew Wilson, because I do think he's a piece of crap and he's an idiot. But let's keep going with this, and then we're going to go there. We have so much.
Saying what you have.
So remember, Andrew Wilson, assumably, has an earpiece in his, no, it's factually, he had an earpiece in his ear.
The fact being just a standard white boy with brown hair was seen walking up staircase.
So that's the earpiece right there. All right, so it's factually understood that he has an earpiece in his ear. But then this happens.
Of the charges against, or all of them, do you think Tyler Robinson is guilty of?
The specific charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think.
Now he has an earpiece in his ear. Right now, his team is supposed to say, oh, look up how many, like, I want you to all think about this. His team is in the back, right? The second she says something about the charges, I'm going to show you how fast I can pull up the 7 charges if I was Andrew Wilson's team. Because this literally shows how stupid Andrew Wilson is, because he went to a whole debate that he started and he doesn't even know what Tyler Robinson is charged with. But on top of that, his team are also idiots because they didn't know. So let me show you. Watch this, how fast I can pull it up. List the 7 charges that Tyler Robinson is charged with. Boom. That quick. So him having an earpiece in, them hearing the conversation, they could have easily just Googled what the charges are and then boom, said it to him in his earpiece. This shows you that Andrew Wilson is an idiot and his team are pure idiots, because why couldn't they just Google the shit?
What I think is that,
see, one thing about Andrew Wilson, he keeps running around saying, okay, you just made a claim. But then he can turn around and say, well, what I think. No, what is factual, sir? We're talking about a factual aspect of this debate. The factual aspect is there are 7 charges. So you don't have to worry about what you think. You don't have to worry about what your opinion is. It is factual. Name the charges, sir. And we're going to get into him twitching in a minute.
Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, but of the 7 charges that he's being charged.
Yeah, can we list?
So as you can see the twitches already right here. So right here, watch the
Tyler
twitches.
Robinson shot Charlie Kirk.
So watch. So he's going like this, right? And then he's going to be like doing this. So that's the first part of the twitching right here. Watch this.
Yeah, but of the 7 charges
You see it?
that he's being charged.
Yeah, can we list them real quick? I'll tell you exactly which ones. We'll pull them up.
Well, do you know any of the charges he's up for right now?
Yeah, of course. But I
Can you-
want to
can you
make sure
name
that we
one?
have them listed.
Yeah, but
Why don't you have them listed, sir? Do you guys remember when he first started? He actually pulled out his phone and started reading off his phone. So not only does he have the ability to use his earpiece, he also has the ability to use his phone. He doesn't even have the charges in his phone. This is how stupid this man is. If you think Andrew Wilson is an idiot, put a 1 in the chat.
like can you name one? Because my general perspective is that you don't actually care about this case. You're not following the case.
That's the
Yeah.
question. You're just not following it enough.
It seems pretty like if you're going to engage and you're going to say the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson is guilty, I just think that you should. Like,
right.
Can you tell me one?
Then let's do the
charge
counter.
that he's?
You can really, yeah, no, this is a great gotcha.
No. You just got to ask me, play clips out of context, put me in the hot seat.
See, he's getting frazzled now. Sir, she just asked you a simple question. You actually brought this up. The 7 charges, sir. Why can't you name one of the 7 charges? And I want you guys to think about this. We all, as adults, I knew this as a kid. Murder is not usually what people are charged with. It's usually attempted murder, capital murder, murder 1, murder 2. There's so many different aspects of murder, and they all have different charges. So for this man to just say murder, he did it. Sir, you are literally saying that you have no idea what's going on, because murder is one of the charges that's not even on the 7.
Engage and you're going to say the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson is guilty.
And the evidence is overwhelming. There's so many aspects of this one little video. This man literally started this shit with Candace Owens with the thought or the assumption that there was overwhelming evidence that Tyler Robinson did this. Overwhelming evidence. And then he comes in here that I'm going to show you later that he thinks Tyler Robinson from 1 to 10, 0 to 100, 70%, 75% that Tyler Robinson did it. Well, that's not overwhelming evidence. That means this young man could turn around and die because there's the death penalty at stake. You're literally 70% or 75% sure that this young man did this, and you want him to die? And you're 75% sure that he did this? This man is stupid.
I just think that you should. Like,
right.
Can you tell me one?
Then let's do the
charge
counter.
that he's?
You can really, yeah, no, this is a great gotcha.
No. You just got to ask me, play clips out of context, put me in the hot seat. So please just answer the
This
question.
is fair.
Can
Name
you
all
name?
7 since you've been following the case.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead.
You name one.
Yeah, you named all 7.
one.
I'm happy to do that, but can you name one?
I
Name
think he's been charged with murder.
That's actually incorrect.
Okay, great. Now name all 7.
He doesn't even.
It wasn't murder, sir.
This is like.
Name all 7.
And I.
Can you
think
name all 7?
I can't.
Then do it.
Sure. You don't have to.
Do it. No, do it. I'll count them. Go ahead.
You don't
Name
have to put
'em.
your fingers up. I
Okay,
can do
hang on.
that.
Name them.
Yeah, sure.
Name them.
The first charge is aggravated murder because that's what carries
Okay.
a death sentence
So
in the
murder.
state of Utah.
See right there. Aggravated murder carries a death sentence. Murder does not. They're 2 separate charges. And one of these charges he's not charged with. He's not charged with murder. He's charged with aggravated murder. But he doesn't know that. And he has an earpiece in.
No,
Next.
that's not. That is literally not murder.
Okay.
And
Next.
so just for people, no, I don't have to do it in a time limit. There's nothing going on. And just to explain to people the difference of why that really matters and shows that he doesn't actually care about this at all is because aggravated murder, it's narrowly defined
Just
and because
avoiding
it
the
carries
question.
a death sentence. I'm going to answer the question.
Okay,
You're
I'm
just going to
waiting.
recognize that
Candace allowed him to pull her off of this brilliant point right here by arguing with her. And this is what these weirdos do in these debates. This was a debate tactic to keep fussing with her in order to pull her away from describing what aggravated murder actually is.
Your strategy of thinking that people are intimidated when you try to put a time constraint doesn't work, and you'll be better the next time you debate
I got
someone.
it. I got it. Give me the other ones.
The more you cut me off, the longer I'll.
See, give me the other ones is pulling her away from her actual point of you don't even know that aggravated murder is the actual charge and not just murder.
Take. Do you want to just wait for me to finish of why that's a big difference so that
No,
people
I just
don't walk
want
away?
you to list the charges.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You just don't get to pretend that there's a time constraint for me to do.
See, right here, I would have said, sir, you can't even list one charge. I need you to shut the fuck up. I would have did that because that would have been it. Sir, you can't list one charge because murder wasn't a charge. Then I would have said, okay, I'll give you murder, even though it's wrong. Give me a second charge. Let's do that. I would have did that. I would have said, okay, cool. Even though you got it wrong, give me a second charge. And he would have sat there like an idiot with an earpiece in his ear. Okay, so let's talk about the earpiece aspect real quick. I have inside information on the earpiece situation. Shout out to Baron Coleman. I talked to Baron, and he literally said himself, you guys ready? The earpiece scandal is here. Baron Coleman said everybody in the room had earpieces on. Candace either had an earpiece in or she took the earpiece out because it was causing problems. Patrick Bet David had an earpiece in. That's when he was just sitting there and he was like, okay, they're telling me that we have another video. And he was just looking like this because he had an earpiece in. So Andrew Wilson had an earpiece in and it was okay. So everybody was aware that he had an earpiece. Okay. So the reason why this is important is because, like I said, it's okay for Andrew Wilson to have an earpiece in. It's not okay for you to not to know what the charges are, and you have an earpiece in. So shout out to Baron Coleman for giving me that inside information. Of course, Baron said when he was on her podcast, he had an earpiece in. So I guess they kind of like, this is kind of like what they do on the podcast. So everybody has earpieces in when they are on her show. So like I said, the earpiece thing isn't necessarily a scandal, but the scandal is he didn't or couldn't get information from the people in the back through the earpiece because the people in the back were incompetent. So not only is he incompetent, the people in the back are incompetent. All right, so let's keep going.
What you're going to ask?
I know. Issues with it.
I'm not.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I get it.
Just so we're clear.
Usually in the debate, if something's not loaded, I'm just direct with
because you kept saying I'm Joe Rogan. They have no evidence. They have no evidence, and now you're like, let's move away from the evidence. Let's talk about transcendentals.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so direct question, super easy. Was Lance Twiggs?
So I want to show you the twitches again. So let's talk about the twitches.
Because I'm not.
I get it.
Yeah.
I want to show you through so many different aspects of this back and forth. He was twitching.
I get it.
Just so we're clear.
Usually in the debate, if something's not loaded, I'm just direct with
because you kept saying I'm Joe
right here.
Rogan. They have no evidence. They have no.
You see it? So this is the first style of twitching because he was twitching in 3 different styles.
If something's not loaded, I'm just direct with
because you kept saying
right here.
I'm Joe Rogan. They have no evidence. They have no evidence, and now you're like, let's move away from the evidence. Let's talk about transcendentals.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so direct question, super easy. Was Lance Twiggs DNA on the rifle, as far as you know?
We can't
Here
say
we go
that.
again. You see it again? He did it again. And there's a possibility that he's having some type of hard drug withdrawal, or it may be a health problem. Okay. I have to say both because I don't know. So do not run around saying Mr. Let Go said Andrew Wilson was on drugs because I don't know and you don't know. But could this be him having drug withdrawals? Do you think yourself? Yes or no? Do you think Andrew Wilson is on hard drugs? Yes or no? I might make it a poll, but I don't want to be too disrespectful. They say he smokes cigarettes. Cool. I said, Do you think it's hard drugs or do you think it's nicotine withdrawal? And here's the reason why I don't personally think it's nicotine withdrawal, because my mom smoked cigarettes all my life. And I've never seen my mom have any type of tick or twitch. And remember, her boyfriend at the time when I was a kid had a twitch and a spasm. And it was because he was having withdrawals from a hard drug. But my mother tried to stop smoking a number of times, and I never seen her have these twitches. So it could be nicotine, it could be neural divergency, or it could be a hard drug. I don't know. So see right here, Canadian Crystal says, I smoke and I don't have random ticks. That's what I'm saying. I grew up, my mom smoked all my life. Never have I seen her have twitches or spasms, because let me say this. Do you know how hard it is to stop smoking? My mom tried to stop smoking like 30 different times. Like every time I turn around, she's trying to stop smoking and it didn't work. Not one time did I see my mom have some type of weirdo twitch or spasm. Okay. So it is not a nicotine twitch, because I grew up around people who smoke cigarettes. It wasn't just my mom that smoked cigarettes. It was other people that smoked cigarettes, because smokers hang with smokers, right? So one person smoking a cigarette wants to smoke cigarettes with another person. So my mom had people that smoke cigarettes over all the time. I've never seen anybody have twitches until my mom was dating a person that was on hard drugs. So withdrawals from what is the question? All right, let's keep going. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. And thank you guys for being here.
For certainty. As far as you know.
I already answered that in the first part. We can't say that for certainty. I told you the context of which they spoke about those things.
So no, as far as you know.
We can't say that for certainty until we know what other the 5 sets of prints were on.
So that would be no as far as you know.
We can't say that for certainty.
You can say no as far as I know for certain.
We can't say that for certainty.
You can say that for certainty.
if your energy here is going to be like you're my dad and you can tell me how to speak or what I'm supposed to say, you're just going to come up against the wall.
And this is another debate tactic. Another debate tactic is to psychologically frustrate the other person, because when you psychologically frustrate the other person, it puts you in a position where you now forget your points, and now the other person can easily win the debate because you just forgot what you're about to say, because now you're on the defensive because the other person is frazzling you. So that's a debate tactic. Just keep asking her stupid shit in order to get her off of her spot.
I'm familiar with this debate strategy.
But I am just telling
yes or no. We're not debating anymore. We're having a conversation. So I already addressed that in the first half of this about why.
No, we're still definitely debating. This is still.
No, it's not a debate.
So right here, she said, we're not debating anymore. We're just having a conversation. He needs it to be a debate. Does anybody want to know why? He needs it to be a debate because he's a narcissist. See, narcissists have the dysfunctional need to be right. So if it's not a debate, he's losing the opportunity to be right. He's losing the opportunity to have a gotcha moment, because she's gonna be like, it's cool, we're just having a conversation. But if it's a debate and you both are like, let's debate, now it's my point versus your point. You got to substantiate your point and all this other bullshit. But when it's not a debate, nobody's wrong and nobody's right. So this is his narcissistic need to be right. Yeah, you got to have receipts. You got to have proof. Got to have evidence. You don't have to have evidence in a conversation. So he needs it to be a debate. That's why he said this.
Addressed that in the first half of this about why.
No, we're still definitely debating. This is still.
No, it's not a debate. This is you saying I want to probe things that sit outside of the evidence. I actually already addressed this. You asked me. You're not going to go like where you're sitting and I'm on trial. I'm not on trial.
Okay, great.
See, he needs to make her feel like she's on trial. He needs to make it seem like, she has to hurry up and answer the question. She has to substantiate her points, all these different things. And she's like, I'm in my own home. I ain't got time for this shit. I'm pregnant. I just got paid $300,000. I'm chilling. I'm not going through all this shit. And there's a lot of haters in the chat, and don't mind them. Later on, if somebody up in the chat wants to debate me about any aspect of this situation, drop a super chat. Let me know you're there, and I may bring you up later on. So I'll say it again. Any of Andrew Wilson's cucks, if you're in the chat and you would like to come up here and debate me about any aspect of this situation, whether it's a Tyler Robinson situation, whether it's who won, if you want to cuck for if you want to cuck for Andrew Wilson, drop a super chat. I'll see you and say, hey, I want to debate with you in the super chat, and later on I'll bring you up and we can debate. I'm not a debate person, but I like the smoke. So a lot of y'all are in the comments talking shit. Come up here, face me, and we'll have a conversation. All right. So I just want to put that out there. You got to put in the super chat though, because I can't read all the comments. So you say some shit. Yeah, I want to debate you, and I don't see your comment. You're going to turn around and say, I challenge you to a debate, and you didn't see me because you didn't put the super chat.
Let's talk about the Foreign Legion.
Sure.
Was the Foreign Legion, do you believe, trying to kill you?
Yes, that's why
again, the Twitch. You see it again? So he's twitching through this whole time. And he's doing this, and he'll go like this. So watch that. Watch his face.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, hold on, let me back it up.
The Foreign Legion.
Sure.
Was the Foreign Legion, do you believe, trying to kill you?
Oh,
yes,
right
that's
there.
why I reported it to the correct officials in government. That's what I was told, and I handed over that information to Tulsi Gabbard's office.
What's your best piece of evidence for that?
There we go again. When you're having a debate, you have to have evidence. You have to substantiate your point. But if you're not having a debate, you're having a conversation, all it is just conversation. He needs it to be a debate in order for him to harass her with all this. What's your evidence? What's your evidence? And I want to show you guys something real quick about evidence. Where is the video? I'll look for it in a minute. I got a video about that.
Well, it was
Positive evidence.
It was told to me by somebody who is high up in the French government. I passed off that information to Tulsi Gabbard's office. I also passed it off to Trump's office, Donald Trump's office. And that's all I can tell you. I wouldn't be able to probe any evidence because I don't have the power to do that. I'm not the federal government. And I would also like to say that this becomes this other piece of what you do, which is when people say, I was told this, and this is the evidence that I have, and I'm willing to have that conversation and write the email to the correct government body that deals with this. Like, I can't hack into Emmanuel Macron's bank account.
Exactly. And this is the problem.
And say whether or not the information.
I agree.
Yeah, Andrew Wilson is also sweating profusely.
But then you go, well, where's your evidence? It's like, well, my evidence is that I reported it. I did the right thing that you're going to do. So if somebody calls and says, hey, Andrew, there's a viable death threat against you, and that person definitively has the rank to be able to tell you this, and you say, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to report that to the feds. And I go, what's your evidence? It's like, well, I got the information, and I gave the information that I got from who I got it to the right body of people. And that's what I did.
Got it. I just want to make sure.
So
I'm not trying to trap you.
Well,
I just want to make sure I got it clear.
And that's why I say I want.
There you go again. The Twitch. See the Twitch again? Because I'm trying to show you that in normal conversation, he's twitching right here.
I did.
Got it. I just want to make sure. I'm not trying to trap you. I just want to make sure I got it clear.
And that's why I say.
You see it? Put a 1 in the chat, y'all can see it. I'm going to show you more twitches and spasms, but this is his Twitch.
Sure. I'm not trying to trap you. I just want to make sure I got it clear.
And that's why I say I want to know what you're doing now, because this has always been the thing. It's like, we actually can't win on the overwhelming claim. So we're just going to go and bring up everything that I did.
Got it. I just want to make sure. I'm not trying to trap you. I just want to make sure I got it clear.
And that's why I say I want to know what.
All right. So that's the actual twitching. So let's get into this right here.
I'm going to talk a little bit about myself.
I want y'all to think about this first. This loser literally is sitting around talking with a damn cigarette hanging out his mouth. And he has a nerve to tell women, young women, that they'll never get a man. Look at him. He looks like one of those shade tree mechanics that is at the auto parts store that will walk up and say, "Hey, you want me to fix your car?" This man looks like a disgusting degenerate. He looks like a crackhead. And he might be a crackhead, maybe, because of the spasms. May not be, though.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, only for the purposes of trying to explain to you that I have some intricate knowledge in some of the things that Woodcoff has lied about, chiefly his book, The Masons and Their Lies. I was a Freemason, Master Mason. I don't remember exactly how many years. I think 3 or 4 years.
So this shows you that he not only is a degenerate, but he's in this devil worshiping shit, which means he is not to be trusted. And I'll be reading super chats in I would say in about 15 minutes. I'm not gonna wait to the end. I'll read the super chats in about 15 minutes. So if you want me to read your super chat, drop it in the chat and I'll read it in about 15 minutes, and then I'll read super chats later on after that.
Okay, I still have all of my dues cards. I still have the Lodge Bible that was dedicated to me by everybody in the lodge. Okay, I was a Freemason myself.
So that shows you that this man is a piece of dog doo-doo.
Say like certain people, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, I guess you could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew.
like there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with
Bro.
whether it's SA.
Bro.
That is
And then he turns around and says, bro, are you kidding me right here? Some of you guys have never seen this. This is how much of a disgusting piece of shit this man is.
When you say like certain people, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, I guess you could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
no.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew.
like there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with
Bro.
whether it's SA.
Bro.
That is
This man is disgusting. This man is absolutely disgusting. Shout out to Dirk Diggler. As a former addict, Andrew was definitely suffering from withdrawals. So this is more confirmation of what I was simply thinking, because like I said, I don't want to just make aspersions on somebody and accuse somebody of being a drug addict. So I'm simply reading something that somebody that, you know, was an addict before, they said it. As a former addict, according to them, Andrew was suffering from withdrawals, and that is my interpretation of what I've seen. I'm going to show you the spasms in a minute.
has nothing to do with whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's SA. I said during SA.
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
What? Yo, he said, was it bad for them? So not only is he trying to justify SA because women sometimes, I guess, I don't know, you guys, I don't know, have orgasms, he then turns around and doubles down on it and says, was it really bad for them if they got something out of it? Are you crazy? But they keep platforming this weirdo. And just for the record, I don't want to get platformed on the whatever podcast, because I think the dude that runs the podcast is an idiot also, because he's bringing on people to be a spokesperson for him. So don't think I want his place. No, everybody on the whatever podcast are idiots, not just Andrew Wilson. I don't want to be on this dumb shit. If I ever get invited, would I talk to these stupid ass people? Yes, because I think having a conversation with somebody who has an audience that thinks differently, I would easily be able to go on there and save the audience members. So I would do it not because I want to debate Andrew Wilson or none of these weirdos, but me having a conversation on that podcast would actually let the audience know that there's another way You don't necessarily have to be watching this stupid shit. And I would say on a podcast that the facilitator of the podcast is an idiot. And I would literally say that anybody on this podcast that talks shit or yells at women, 18-year-old women, by the way, are also idiots. So yeah, I would go in there and just act a damn fool because they're pieces of shit. Because the whole podcast is meant to argue with women, which is gay in itself.
Why?
Absolutely,
Why?
because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect.
And he's smiling. This man is smiling about women being SA'd. Look at him smiling, y'all. And by the way, he's not twitching. He's not spasming. He's not twitching, y'all.
Right? Was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely,
Why?
because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier.
This man is literally debating that most women who have been SA'd got orgasms. And because they got orgasms, it was justified as something positive. From a neurological standpoint, because I speak on biology, human behavior, and childhood trauma. I have been coaching women for the last 7-8 years. Okay. So I have been, remember, I'm not a therapist. Okay. I'm a coach. I've been coaching women, and every now and then a woman's trauma will come up and she'll speak on it. Right. And what she would say, or some women have said, is that they have felt guilty for having aspects of enjoyment, i.e., what he's saying. Okay. So women would she would viscerally have a visceral reaction to what's happening, even though up here it's, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, right? But viscerally, her body is separated from her brain in this situation. So her brain is being attacked, but her body is actually being soothed or whatever. I don't want to say anything that might be traumatizing to anybody watching. So this is a visceral reaction that is not happening in the brain, okay? Because there's a separation between the brain and the body, all right? So women have said to me that they have felt, one, embarrassed that they've gotten, something out of it. And then after the situation, whether it's M-wording or being R-worded, she then became excited to go out in the world and experience this with men consensually. And this is what happens to a lot of women. 3 out of every 5 women have been assaulted in some type of way, and by somebody they personally know. By somebody they personally know. So by no means should any man fix their mouth to say, just because a woman had an orgasm, SA is okay. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I just want to say that and give grace to the women or any woman that has been through that, or any family member that has been through that. All right. It's just disgusting to mesh those two things together. Your brain and your body are separated in a lot of these situations.
Right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been SA'd who'd enjoyed it?
I am not going to.
Can you answer my question? Is it logically possible?
I'm not ascribing anything to that.
Do you think there's ever been a single woman who's been SA'd and has enjoyed it?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
But because then I can't say some people.
I'm not going to answer
Yeah.
whether women enjoy being great.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed.
I can't even believe this man is married to somebody, but I've talked about this yesterday. His wife is a weirdo also, and possibly a drug addict also. I think him and his wife may or may not be drug addicts. And they're two junkies just running around on podcasts talking shit to people.
Being great.
If there's ever been one, do you think there's ever been one?
No, I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer.
I'm not going
to. This is such a weird thing. This is such a weird thing.
He calls the other guy a weirdo when he is justifying SA.
I'm with answering the question.
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good thing.
It only gets better, folks. So here I was thinking that Candace Owens might get indicted because we all watched her murder Andrew Wilson's career live on the internet. And since she's pregnant, I kind of figured they'd throw on the enhancement because there was a child present. But no, Lazarus here has risen from the dead, and he wants you to know that he won the debate. And why? Because AI told him so. That's right. Well, Andrew, let me tell you something. AI will tell me I'm Jesus if I prompt it right. It doesn't make it so. If that was the metric you were going to go by, why didn't you just hit AI up in the first place and say, who has the better opinion, me or Candace?
You remember the girl that he freaked out at, and he was like, well, you like sniz.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before. Religion.
You like sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth.
That day was the day that I was supposed to be on there. She roasted him better than I could have. Because he'll sit there and call women with multiple different kids from different dads and stuff, like washed up used whores and stuff. But then his wife.
Yeah, that's probably not the road you should go down.
3 children, 3 different baby daddies. He preaches men shouldn't be taking care of other women's children. You have stepchildren. What are you saying?
This man is a piece of crap. Okay, so let's get into the spasm.
Tweeted Erica's to kill her husband.
Yeah.
Would you?
Okay, so now we're going to look at the actual spasms and get into that. But before I do that, I want to read the super chats. So drop your super chat and I'll read it right now. So if you want to say something, I'm about to read all the super chats right now. So spam the chat right now with super chats. I'm gonna read the super chats and then I'm gonna move on and I'll read the super chats later on when they build up again. So if you want me to read super chats, drop the super chat right now. I'm gonna play a quick commercial and I'll be reading super chats after that. So drop your super chat right now to anybody that wants to have something to say with what we've talked about thus far.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
And before I read the super chats, some of you guys don't know that I sell card games. So if you see a link in the chat that says buy my card game, click the link in the chat and you'll see that I sell card games that are meant to help men and women deal with their childhood trauma. I'm going to say in this video that I'm about to play how there's a good possibility that Andrew Wilson himself has issues with his mother. See, a lot of people have issues with their mother. I had issues with my mother. That's the reason why I spent a lot of time talking negatively about how single motherhood hurts children, because single motherhood inadvertently hurt me. Because like I said, I had to witness seeing an Andrew Wilson being in my own home, spasming, and because it was a drug addict that was dating my mom, and my mom was a single mom, and these drug addict dudes, these terrible men were doing bad things to my mom. My mom used to get physically abused and SA'd also, and it traumatized me, and I had to go to therapy for it, right? So a lot of us, male and female, have dealt with issues with mothers and fathers. I dealt with a certain amount of trauma with my dad because my dad wasn't around. So what I do, just as a coach, I come up with fun card games to play in order to, as an adult, slowly and in a fun way, let go of some of that anger, let go of some of that trauma that we all have dealt with our parents, because most of our trauma, of course, came from our parents. And I'm not saying we blame our parents, but we have to know where our trauma came from. So when you look at Andrew Wilson, you can tell that most likely he's possibly a drug addict and looks like a 60-year-old man, and he's only 40, due to the fact that he was traumatized by one or both of his parents. And that is the reason why I create these card games, because some of you may have some type of trauma that comes out in a different way. You're probably not smoking cigarettes or doing drugs like Andrew Wilson, but it may come out in different ways. So make sure to get your card game. This is my mother-daughter card game. So if you're a man and you know a woman that has a daughter, or you know a woman that has some issues with her mom, make sure to get your card game so we all can slow down our trauma, because we're never going to end it, but we can dissipate it a little bit. All right.
When you tweeted Erica's too retarded to kill her husband, would you like to explain how you developed your evidence, your positive evidence for the fact that Erica was retarded?
Yeah, sure. So I just think all women are retarded.
Oh, so you're allowed to just say stuff. Who knew? So, and by the way, what dramatically transformed your
Just think all women are retarded.
Oh, so you're allowed to just say stuff. Who knew?
So look at the spasms here. That's what we're talking about right here. What we're about to talk about here is not what he said, is why he keeps saying these things. For a lot of these dudes, I always say there's actually a villain origin story behind the reason why they have this disdain for women. Oh, I did say I was going to do the super chats. Oh, somebody just reminded me. So thank you. All right, so let me read the super chats and then we'll get into the spasms. Shout out to Mr. Spasm, Andrew Wilson. All right, so let me read the super chats, and thank you all for subscribing. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. So shout out to Shell with the gold coin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to Venetia with the 440 jewels. Thank you. Shout out to from Handahar. Thank you for the jewels. Shout out to Furry Plants and Coins. Thank you for the jewels. Shout out to Danielle. No debate. I want to send you some info. I think it's alcohol and cigarette withdrawal. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, it doesn't have to be a debate. I just know a lot of people were in the chat talking about, I want to debate you, or Andrew Wilson would clean the floor up with you. I don't care. Andrew Wilson is a degenerate cigarette smoker. He's disgusting. So I don't want to be like Andrew Wilson at all. Like he's a disgusting human being. Shout out to Love and Peace, two jewels. Thank you. Shout out to Canadian Crystal. Thank you for the $5. I think he wanted to lash out and couldn't. So you think he wanted to just go off on Candace and he couldn't, and that's possibly why he was shaking? Okay. So it resulted in his foot shaking and his twitches. He's mentally unsound. That's interesting. That is interesting. Shout out to Michelle. Thank you so much for the $10. Well, yeah, for the $10 super chat. if what he says about orgasms during SA is backed by data, I can guarantee that 99% were faking it to end it. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. We're talking about SA. So, golly, hey, I don't know, but golly, faking it doing SA is diabolical. Okay, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because it's a sensitive topic. Golly, that's a different aspect of this. When we fake it, it's got to get when we fake it, it's to get it over with because he is horrible. Okay. Let me say this. I don't think a person that is SAing a woman cares whether you come or not. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think it's like, get over here. Boom, 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 boom. And that's it. I don't know. I don't think it's, do you like it? Do you like it? I don't know. Like, golly, I don't know. But women, y'all would know more than me because I don't know. Golly. Thank you, Adrian, for the $10 super chat. Andrew is trash. We don't control our body. And that is kind of like what I'm saying. I don't think anybody was faking it. You don't control your body. Your brain is up here and your body is down here. And to a certain degree, a lot of women sadly get SA'd on a normal basis by their brothers, uncles, friends, or whoever, that are, under their own roof. So a lot of times young women, let me say this, and I've spoken on this before, so I just want to say this. Well, let me finish the super chat and I'll explain this. Which is why it's not told out of guilt of body reaction. That makes sense. Which is why we don't report. That makes sense because you feel a certain type of ick, a certain amount of guilt because you're like, damn, I had an orgasm. And because I had an orgasm, I feel guilty. So yeah, I understand. Still affected today. Most awful feeling ever. Oh, damn. So you've been through this. I'm so sorry. Damn. See, a lot of women have been through this, y'all. It's not a funny thing. It's not something to laugh at. And I want to say this. Like I said earlier, 3 in every 5 women have been SA'd. And it's not anything to laugh at. And when it comes to your body versus your brain, I want to explain something. There's something that I call your emotional treehouse. So when a young girl, older girl, whoever is living with her mom, and say her boyfriend creeps in there every now and then, and the girl is laying in the bed and she hears the footsteps or the knock on the door. And you're just like, fuck, it's about to happen again, right? There's a lot of women where it happens over and over again and she can't do anything about it. And she knows it's about to happen. And what happens is, from a neurological standpoint, she disassociates herself from her body, because I keep saying your brain and your body are separated. Okay. It's called dissociation. That's what it is. Dissociation. So a woman would disassociate herself, her brain from her body, and her brain will go to her emotional treehouse where she can kind of like go there mentally until it's over. All right. So her brain is over here. She has no idea what her body is doing. So this is something called dissociation that a lot of women have to do in order to keep herself from suffering. Okay. So it's not anything that's good. It's suffering to the people who don't know. All right. Shout out to Adrian again. Sick of hearing the foolishness that Candace Owens doing this for money. Candace Owens doing everything. Right. Everybody covering this has made a boatload of money. Yeah. I've seen people upgrade and excel from all of this. Yeah, I agree. Not just Candace Owens. Candace Owens was already stacked on bread. Exactly. Candace Owens was getting millions of views after a week after she went live, way before this whole Turning Point USA stuff. Just for the record. Shout out to Or Cut Cat. Thank you for the 5 jewels. Shout out to Freaky Steve. Thank you for the 2 jewels. All right. And any other super chats, I'll read them probably in the next 30, 45 minutes. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. A lot of these red pill dudes, they say all this crazy stuff about women. You find yourself sitting back like, why do they feel like this about women? And in this video, I'm about to show you exactly why. So unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you know that Candace Owens just had a debate with Andrew Pickles Wilson. And thank you to all the people that have bought card games. I appreciate you. We got like about 7 people that bought card games. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And you're going to thank me when you get your card game in the mail. I promise you. So let's get the 20 card games sold by the end of this show. So for the people who bought card games, thank you. I appreciate you. Let's get the 20 card games sold. We're at 7 now, if we can get to 20. And if you were sleeping under a rock, she totally destroyed him. But there's a specific thing that I would like to point out that nobody else has about Andrew Wilson that will actually help all of us understand what is wrong with this dude. And some of you may say, why does something have to be wrong with Andrew Wilson? Well, I'm about to explain why. First reason, a man has to be mentally ill to be on a podcast, which is the Whatever Podcast, and sit there and argue with 18-year-old women. As a middle-aged man, mind you, that's the biggest problem. Over and over again. This man is mentally ill. But in this video, I'm about to prove to you that he's mentally ill or neurologically divergent. And if not those two, maybe drugs. Now, I don't want to get sued for defamation, but I'm just going to show you what I noticed. And the reason why this specific thing stands out to me is because one of my mom's boyfriends was a drug addict and he did the same thing. So watch Andrew Wilson in particular and let me know if you see what I see. All right, so I'm going to put it on a big screen. So let's look at the convulsions.
Tweeted, Erica's too retarded to kill her husband.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain how you developed your evidence, your positive evidence for the fact that Erica was retarded?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
I just think all women are retarded.
He's going to do it right here. So this man says on a huge platform in front of a woman, mind you, that he thinks all women are retarded. And you don't think he himself isn't retarded for saying that? And just for the record, I want y'all to understand this. There are 2 particular women that bodied him, that literally made him or is currently making him the laughing stock of social media. Everybody looks at Andrew Wilson like an idiot and like a joke, and it's all because of women. The first woman told him or exposed him for having a wife with 3 baby daddies, and the second person is none other than Candace Owens. But he thinks women are retarded, right? See, in some situations, a person can believe a certain thing, but to actually say it in front of another person is disrespectful because it's just like, why? Like, what is the point? And in my opinion, I think this man may be on something. Yes, women literally ended this man's career, and he runs around shitting on women, and they are the one that are justified for ending this loser's career. Look at his teeth. His teeth are yellow. He just looks disgusting. And he's sweating. What? That's not my business. But watch this.
Oh, so you're allowed to just say stuff. Who knew? So, and,
You
what,
just
and by
asked
the way,
me.
and
Like,
what
Now, look at what I see.
dramatically transformed your
The first thing that stands out to me is his foot just going back and forth through the whole podcast episode. For the whole 3 hours, his foot was just going back and forth like this. And you may say he was nervous. Cool. But I think it's something bigger than that, deeper than that. Watch this.
opinion of Erica after 30-06 diameter, as would happen.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this. In my opinion, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a whatever. He's using his hand to anchor his face. Why? I'll explain that in a minute.
Patent explosives, as we demonstrated to you in the past.
So this is the second type of twitch he's having.
It accidentally, because of how Charlie was crouched, went up and hit his neck. But he acknowledged.
So now, do you see what I see? It's the twitching. And the twitching gets worse. And the twitching is almost in his whole body. So let's call him Mr. Twitches. Say Mr. Twitches in the chat. I'll show you the twitching in his face, the twitching in his neck. He keeps doing this over and over again, and the twitching in his throat. This may be drugs or it may be something else. I'm not saying Andrew Wilson is on anything. I think he may be on something.
Now, I don't know Andrew Wilson from a can of paint, but I just grew up seeing my mom's boyfriend have the same twitch, and he was on drugs.
And when you look at somebody like this that runs around talking crazy about women, it's always a deep-rooted reason. And it might simply be because he has a lot of issues and women don't find him attractive.
If you want a man to take care of you for the rest of your life, what do you bring to the table except your and a bunch of baggage? Let's start with the baggage first.
I have 3 kids. I was in a marriage for 20 years.
Do you realize how
And this woman is absolutely beautiful. And she has, I just never understand why these women go to these stupid ass podcasts to just get shitted on. I just don't understand why these women keep going to these dumbass podcasts. Like, this shit is crazy. This is a beautiful woman, and women don't find him attractive.
If you want a man to take care of you for the rest of your life, what do you bring to the table except your and a bunch of baggage? Let's start with the baggage first.
I have 3 kids. I was in a marriage for 20 years.
Do you realize how monumental what you just said was, that you have 3 children? You have 3 children. You have 3 children. And most of your life was taken by another man for 20 years.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies.
You lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
So this loser can sit on a podcast and talk about other women who have 3 baby daddies. But if someone mentions that he himself has a woman with 3 baby daddies also, it's a problem.
See, this is exactly what projection looks like. He's projecting his own inadequacies out on women that are just like his wife. Why? Because most likely he spent his whole life being rejected by women that don't have 3 baby daddies. And as a 40-year-old, 60-year-old looking man, he has to settle down with the very woman he despises. Because like I said earlier, when a person has a deep disdain for a group, whether it's women, white people, black people, men, that person usually has some type of villain origin story. But let's keep going. So the villain origin story is any person that has been subjugated by a different group. All right. A black guy, Officer Tater Tot. Put a 1 in the chat if you're aware of who Officer Tatum is, Brandon Tatum. Officer Tater Tot most likely had a terrible experience with black women. His first baby mama is white and his present wife is white. And they sit around talking shit about black people like he himself isn't black. Officer Tatum also turned around and said, I have mixed children. I can't be running around saying I'm black. Excuse me? That's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Why can't you say you're black if you're black? You idiot. So most likely Officer Tatum has had a negative experience because Officer Tatum is fat. He's this big, fat, oversized dude, and his head is little. So he has a little head and he has this fat body. So Officer Tatum most likely could not get the attention from black women. And because he could not get attention from black women, he now hates black people. Do you see how this happens? A group of people, whether it's women, black people, white people, or whatever, if you felt absconded or subjugated, you now are living your whole life with this villain origin story. Now you're out to get this other group. So Officer Tatum hates black people, even though he's black, just like Andrew Wilson hates women with multiple baby daddies, even though he's married to a woman with multiple baby daddies. This is projection. So when a person is projecting, it's how they feel about themselves. They feel like they were not welcomed or allowed in certain spaces. Therefore, they hate those women. He sits around. I want you to think about this. Andrew Wilson looks like he's 70 years old, and he sits around 18-year-old, beautiful, attractive women, subjugating them all day, talking shit to them all day. Why? Because when he himself was 18, he couldn't get women that were his age. And now as a grown-ass man, he's sitting here talking shit to women that he could not get when he himself was 18. This is why these dudes do this. Myron Gaines is a loser. Andrew Wilson is a loser. Andrew Tate is a loser. Tristan Tate is a loser. All these red pill dudes are losers. So just for the record, Myron Gaines, the reason why he shits on women all day is because he admitted himself before he started his podcast, women didn't want to talk to him because he looks like something's wrong with him. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, they both, we can talk about that a little bit also. They both brag about messing with tadpoles. So these guys have a visual problem with women. And that's the reason why they are who they are. Nick Fluentes is another loser. He is gay and he talks shit about women all day. All of these men had problems getting women. If you look at Fresh and Fit, the other dude, Myron Gaines, and the little ugly dude. The ugly dude, he stutters and he's ugly. I think he worked at Foot Locker or some shit before he came on his podcast. He looks like a pet. He looks like a dog. His face looks like a pug dog. So he's ugly. So the thing about it is these out of shape, ugly, weirdo men cannot get women, or they could not get women before their fame. And because of that, they just run around shitting on women all day. It's their trauma. They're projecting their childhood trauma or their recent trauma on women, unsuspecting women, by the way.
So it's not a conspiracy, though. If I so it's not a conspiracy.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about his twitches. And this is one of the reasons why no woman wants him, except for the possible drug addict woman that he's dating. I think they're two junkies, in my opinion. I don't have any facts on that. I think they're both two junkies. All right, check this out. It's like his wife. Why? Because most likely he spent his whole life being rejected by women that don't have 3 baby daddies. And as a 40-year-old, 60-year-old looking man, he has to settle down with the very woman he despises. Because like I said earlier, when a person has a deep disdain for a group, whether it's women, white people, black people, men, that person usually has some type of villain origin story. But let's keep going.
Good reason to doubt this. So it's not a conspiracy, though. If I
right here, he's going like this. And it's just weird. And he does it through the whole 3 hours.
Conspiracy, though, if I podcast, regulate how I'm allowed to
see how he's just sitting there and he's just like, and then his foot is just twitching. Something's inherently wrong with this man. And this most likely is a reason for his mentality. And this goes to show that all of these men who talk crazy about women, who don't necessarily like women, specifically these red pill dudes, they all either have a neurological issue, whether it be autism, neurodivergency, or drugs. And real quick, I want to say this. Virtually every of these red pill dudes, every last one of these stupid red pill dudes, they run around talking shit about women who make bad decisions, when these dudes themselves make bad decisions. The Fresh and Fit cornballs, they got demonetized on YouTube. So they can't make money on YouTube ever again. They were like literally the top YouTube show on YouTube. They're idiots. So they talk shit about women for making bad mistakes, but they themselves make bad mistakes. The Tate brothers, we all know they're in prison right now. They're presently in prison. And they're probably going to stay in prison for the rest of their lives. Why? Because of their decisions. So all these weirdos run around talking shit to women for their bad decisions. Oh, you made a bad decision. You got a baby daddy. Oh, you did this. You made a bad decision. But they themselves have worse aspects of bad decisions than the women. Because a woman just has a bad, life. She has a, baby daddy that's a loser. But the Tate brothers are in prison for the rest of their lives. And then if you look at this cornball, Andrew Wilson, this man just spent $300,000 just to get embarrassed by Candace Owens. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that was a bad decision. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that is a bad decision. He paid Candace Owens $300,000 just to get embarrassed and to literally lose more opportunities because now the world looks at him like an idiot. Put a 1 in the chat if that is a bad decision. So Fresh and Fit, bad decision. They got demonetized. The Tate brothers, they're in prison. Bad decision. Andrew Wilson, bad decision. He's out of $300,000 and now he's the laughing stock of social media probably for the rest of his life. And on top of that, to make it worse, they're trying to put together, let me show y'all this real quick. Bad decisions on top of bad decisions. Let me show y'all this. This is how stupid these dudes are. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. Oh, hold on, I gotta drop this. Let me do it again. I know y'all can't see my screen. Give me a second. Okay, now say yes or no if you can see my screen. Can y'all see my screen? Say yes in the chat if you can see my screen now. All right, so let me put this on. All right, so Brian Atlas, the other loser, he's the facilitator of the stupid podcast that they be on. Brian Atlas is now offering Candace Owens $100,000 for round 2. The first thing we said in the chat, in a group chat, you know, me and the guys, is why in the world would Candace Owens agree to $100,000 where she just R-worded Andrew Wilson in front of the world for $300,000? Give her $3 million or leave her alone. All right, so let's look down. These dudes are pure idiots. Shout out to Lionel Media. He says, no mas. Hell no. Is it scrolling? Yeah, it's scrolling. All right. Yo, this right here had me dying laughing right here. Look at this shit. This had me dying laughing. Yo. Golly, this right here had me dying. He's like, wait, what? Sir, you just lost. You just lost $300,000. You want to lose $100,000 more? Only the loser begs for a second debate. This is a fact. Only a loser asks for a second round because you lost. I'm sorry, Claude. What? Nobody wants to see that dog shit again. Exactly. Exactly. We are all laughing. Oh shit! Look at this. Look. Oh my God. I'm dying laughing. Look at this shit. The crime scene paved over already. Yo. Oh man, this has to be the best one right here. I gotta find this one and hold on. I need to repost this. That's funny. That's funny. That's some funny shit. All right, so let's get back to the twitching. I just wanted to show y'all that. So not only is Andrew Wilson an idiot, Brian Atlas is also an idiot because he's asked for a rematch. They both are freaking idiots. I look at things from a human behavior standpoint. Why is this person moving like this, talking like this, thinking like this, saying these different things, especially when a person is in their 40s and 50s? See, when you're in your 20s and you're going back and forth with the opposite sex, you probably don't understand the opposite sex, and they're frustrating to you because you don't understand them. But once you become an adult, 40 and 50, and this man looks like he's like 60 or something, and the only thing you can find to do as a job is to argue with 18-year-old OnlyFans girls, something neurologically is wrong with you. Or, like I said, drugs. Hold on one second, y'all. I got to adjust something. Let me do this. Hold on. I just got to adjust something. Hold on a second. I'll do this.
You tweeted Erica's two.
All right. I'm trying to recalibrate this. All right. Hold on. I'm going to play a commercial and I got to do something real quick. Something went wrong. I can't bring everything up. Well, actually, all right, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going.
This podcast regulate how I'm allowed to say it, if I'm allowed to regulate
anything. I'm asking
you're sounding a bit like a professor trying to regulate.
But nonetheless, something seems to be really wrong with this man. And Candace Owens has this dude in her home, which is kind of scary. I'm quite sure he stole something out of her studio because people like this have a tendency to be kleptomaniacs for no reason.
Sure, they can pull up whatever clips
whatever
they want.
it is.
You see, he keeps doing this over and over again. Something's wrong with this man.
Different claims.
Why are they not reaching out to you?
The fact that she emailed.
So now you see, it's not just this, and it's not just this twitchiness, it's also in his throat. And like I said earlier, he's using his hand to anchor or to soothe himself because he can't stop all this twitching. So he's using his hand to kind of like rest on. So either he will stop twitching or it wouldn't look so obvious that he's twitching.
The fact that she emailed. What? The fact that she emailed.
You see? Hold on. Oh, I got it back. I fixed it. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to make it put on big screen. All right. So now you're able to look at it on the big screen. Sorry, y'all. I had to readjust everything. So now we can see it on the big screen. This is exactly what projection looks like. He's projecting his own women, white people, black people. All right. And this most likely is the reason these red pill have a neural thinking like something. And the only thing I'm quite sure he's
she emailed.
And Candace Owens has this. All right, here's the spasms right here, y'all. Dude in her home, which is kind of scary. I'm quite sure he stole something out of her studio because people like this have a tendency to be kleptomaniacs for no reason.
Sure, they can pull up whatever clips they want.
It is.
You see, he keeps doing this over and over again. Something's wrong with this man.
Different claims.
Why are they not reaching out to you?
The fact that she emailed.
So now you see, it's not just this, and it's not just this twitchiness, it's also in his throat. And like I said earlier, he's using his hand to anchor or to soothe himself because he can't stop all this twitching. So he's using his hand to kind of like rest on. So either he will stop twitching or it wouldn't look so obvious that he's twitching.
The fact that she emailed. What? The fact that she emailed.
You see, he's going like this, but it's still apparent. And I don't know what this knuckle is right. And the twitch actually comes from his face and it goes all the way down to his throat. Look how the twitch goes from his cheek all the way down to his throat that he's twitching.
The fact that she emailed. What? The fact that she emailed.
You see that? It goes from his cheek all the way down to his throat. And that's not him swallowing, that he's twitching.
The fact that she emailed. What? The fact that she emailed.
You see, he's going like this, but it's still apparent. And I don't know what this knuckle is right here, but I think it's something there that is actually anchoring or soothing him or something. I don't know what this is, but what he's doing is intentional.
What? The fact that she emailed. Within the confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say that?
Within the confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say that?
And you may say, Mr. Lego, you are reaching. He's just swallowing. This is not swallowing. This is spasms.
The confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say that? No.
That wasn't and his mouth was open. His mouth, he was like this, and his mouth was like, and then it was going like all that. So I can't swallow with my mouth open. You cannot swallow with your mouth open because somebody is saying he's swallowing. You can't swallow with your mouth open. So right here again, he can't be swallowing because his mouth is open.
The fact that she emailed.
So his mouth is closed right here. Watch this. You see, he's going like this, but it's still apparent. And I don't know what this, I think it's drugs, but I don't want nobody to run around thinking I'm trying to defame the man. Knuckle is right here. So it's just my opinion here, but I think it's something there that is actually anchoring or soothing him or something. I don't know. Yeah. See, back in the day, we used to call it tweaking. He's tweaking what this is, but what he's doing is intentional.
What?
So watch his mouth being open. You can't swallow with your mouth open.
The fact that she emailed. Within the confines of what's rational.
So right now, his mouth is open. Right there. His mouth is open. You cannot swallow if your mouth is open. His mouth is open.
Reasonable.
Is it
Right there. You just did it. His mouth is open. You can't swallow with your mouth open. So that's tweaking. That is not swallowing. Somebody said he was swallowing. You can't swallow with your mouth open. Try to swallow with your mouth open right now. You can't. I'm trying to swallow. You can't swallow with your mouth open. His mouth is open.
Fair to say that.
See? That's twitching. He has a twitch.
Within
Maybe a drug withdrawal. And I don't think it's nicotine or alcohol.
the confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say
See, his mouth is open.
that?
And you may say, Mr. Lego, you are reaching. He's just swallowing. This is not swallowing. This is spasms.
The confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say that? No.
That wasn't swallowing because he was in the middle of that shit looked like it's painful. What the hell is happening to this man? Look, everybody try to swallow with their mouth open. It's impossible. You cannot open your mouth and swallow. It's impossible. So if you're sitting there like this, he can't swallow. His mouth is open. That's not swallowing. Everybody try to do it real quick. Everybody try to swallow with their mouth open. Talking. That's a spasm.
No. Is it fair to say that? No, her relationship.
It looks like it hurts.
Like this is lying. My sources claim that there is none of them believe that. Wouldn't you say what? Yeah, I fool the public.
It's just now he's doing this again.
Into this, if she believes
Like,
it,
don't look
if she
anywhere else.
He can't stop. I bet he's in bed like trying to go to sleep. Stop. That's why he got his hands like that. He's trying to stop. Like he needs to be like this. Anchor his face. Stop. Stop tweaking. Stop twitching. He needs to get a face thing that kind of like holds his face together so he be like this. Put his face in a net and just pull it like, golly, this man won't stop twitching, bro. Like, what is going on? And this is your king?
Is it fair to say that?
And you may say, Mr. Lego, you are reaching. He's just swallowing. This is not swallowing. This is spasms.
The confines of what's rational and reasonable.
Is it fair to say that? No.
That wasn't swallowing because he was in the middle of talking. That's a spasm.
No. Is it fair to say that? No, her relationship.
It looks like it hurts.
Like this is lying. My sources claim that there is none of them believe that. Wouldn't you say what? Yeah, I fool the public.
It's just now he's doing this again.
Into this, if she believes
Like,
it,
don't look
if she
anywhere
believes that Tyler Robinson killed Kirk, if she believes that, how would
He can't stop. In the middle of his conversations, he's just doing this.
that be complicit in anything?
I
Imagine him being on a date. He's like, yeah, my name is Andrew Wilson. Like, what the fuck? He's trying to drink something. I mean, I bet he gets water all over his face. His damn face is twitching and shit. He said, like, this man can't even drink without going like this. Like, what is wrong with this dude? I bet this man spills water all over him every time. Golly, buddy, what's wrong? This is why he hates women. Because I'm quite sure before he got married, he's sitting around in front of a woman trying to go out on a date, and he's twitching in front of her. Like, yo, sir, what is wrong with you?
Are you saying that you think she doesn't believe it?
He just can't stop.
Yeah, sure. So I just think all women are retarded. I just think all women are retarded.
And the reason why I'm doing this is not to make fun of the guy because he might have some real health problem or a drug problem. I don't know. But for this guy to repeatedly call all women retarded is something wrong with him. And like I said, it's deeper than just something being wrong with him because something can be wrong with somebody. That's one thing. But this guy in particular decides to project what's going on with him onto women. And like I said earlier, a lot of these red pill dudes are red pill dudes mainly because they got rejected by women over and over and over again. And getting rejected by women because of whatever it is that the women are being turned off by is most likely the reason why they themselves are now going off on women, calling women retarded. All right, check this out. I just looked it up. He is, whoa, I don't know what that is. And he takes medications for it. Let's see. I can't read that. I'm not going to try to read that. So I can't read that. Sorry, I'm not smart enough to read that. So thank you for that. But is this whatever this is? So I don't know what it is, and I can't even look it up because I can't even pronounce it. So I would like to find, sir, Cornell. Can you give me more information on this? On what it is? Does it have something to do with like what it comes from? Because I would like to look it up now, but I can't even pronounce the shit. Sorry, I'm not smart enough to pronounce that. So yes, I'm not smart enough to pronounce this word. Everybody can make fun of me and say, Mr. Let Go is dumb. I cannot pronounce this word. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. I cannot pronounce that word. But can you give me more information on what that is? I can't read it. Sorry, I can't read it. I'm not going to try. Most likely it's because they have the same issues that they are saying the women are having. So it's a very good possibility that this man has been getting rejected by women all his life, hence the reason why he had to settle down with a woman with 8 baby daddies. And I've seen some content from her, and she looks like something's wrong with her also.
You thought that in some cultures it would be very fucking laughable that his wife is fighting his battles.
Keep shaking, bitch. Keep shaking, bitch. Keep crying, bitch. Because you only thought you could come around this table.
I'll shake and I'll say everything with the power and vigor in my voice because I have strength.
And somebody said, well, if he has all these issues, how does he have a wife? Well, this is the type of wife he has. It's a good possibility, like I said earlier, that they both are junkies. And I don't know for a fact. I don't know. I don't know these people. But it's a good possibility that Andrew Wilson and his wife are junkies. And they just run around doing junkie shit. Because if you ever look at homeless people, if you ever look at crackheads, they be having girlfriends. Homeless men be having girlfriends. Crackheads be having girlfriends. I grew up around crackheads, not in my house, but crackheads were just around, and they have a girlfriend. But the thing about it is, when you are addicted to drugs, and I'm not saying factually that Andrew Wilson is addicted to drugs, because I don't know. But when you are addicted to drugs, it actually makes you more attractive to women that are also addicted to drugs. A woman that is not addicted to drugs is not going to date a man that's not addicted to drugs. So there's a huge demographic of women that are drug addicts, whether it's weed, whether it's cocaine, whether it's crack, or whether it's meth. There's a lot of women out there that are literally hooked on drugs, and they are literally looking for men that are also hooked on drugs. Why? Because that man is not going to make fun of her, try to throw her in rehab, or shame her for being on drugs. So altogether, a drug addict will easily find a girlfriend because they are both on drugs, and now they can both do drugs together. They both go to crack houses. So they probably met in a crack house or something. Him and his wife probably met in a drug house or something. Just my opinion. I don't know. So, yeah, of course, he himself think about this. This loser has a wife, and none of us have wives because he's on drugs. Maybe he's on drugs. I don't know. He just seems like he's on drugs to me. So, yes, people who are on drugs easily find mates because the mate be on drugs too. I don't know about this factually, just my opinion. But I think both of these two are junkies. Just my opinion. With a woman with 8 baby daddies. And I've seen some content from her, and she looks like something's wrong with her also.
You thought that in some cultures it would be very fucking laughable that his wife is fighting his battles.
Keep shaking, bitch. Keep shaking, bitch.
Weed is a drug, ma'am, sir, or whatever. Weed is a drug.
Keep crying, bitch, because you only thought you could come around this table.
I'll shake and I'll say everything with the power and vigor in my voice because I have strength, and I'm not going to.
Oh, you got strength?
Yeah, I've got strength. Oh, you're getting up. Yeah, mental strength.
Right now.
Mental strength.
You thought you could come around this table and push him because you're a woman.
I didn't push him.
All right, so let's move on to something Very interesting. Shout out to my guy, Darwin. So I invited him to the show. I want him to come on the shows with me because this guy is absolutely brilliant. This is my guy. I've known him for some years. He's in Atlanta. So everybody put your hands together for my guy, Darwin McPherson. Everybody put your hands together for Darwin McPherson. This is my guy.
I watched the entire Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson debate.
So did I.
3.
So the reason why I like this particular video so much, I have not seen a breakdown of the actual debate better than this. I have not seen a breakdown of the debate better than this. So shout out to Darwin McPherson. This is my guy. Everybody put your hands together for Darwin McPherson. Let's go.
Okay. I watched the entire Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson debate.
So did I.
3 hours.
3 hours.
And depending on who you already liked before the debate,
Everybody thinks their person won.
exactly.
So let's take the names off it.
What do you mean?
Forget who you like. Forget who you trust.
Okay.
Who actually won the arguments.
Okay.
We're not deciding whether Tyler Robinson is guilty.
Because the case isn't finished.
Exactly.
And make sure to hit the like button, and share the video and hit the hype button also.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
And thank you all. We're at 12 card games sold so far. Can we get to 20? I appreciate you to the people that bought card games. Thank you so much. We got 12 card games sold thus far. Thank you. Can we get to 20?
We're judging what Candace and Andrew actually argued.
Let's start with Andrew.
He says there's overwhelming evidence Tyler Robinson was the shooter.
Sounds pretty strong.
It is.
But then when they asked how certain he was,
he gave roughly 75 to 85%.
And Candace says 0% that Tyler was the shooter.
So they both created a problem for themselves.
How?
Andrew used a very strong word. Overwhelming, but he defined it basically as, I find the evidence very convincing.
And everybody drop your super chats. I'm about to read super chats after this. So if you want me to read your super chat, drop your super chats now. Drop your super chats now. If you want me to read your super chats, I'm reading super chats after this. Drop all super chats now or forever hold your peace.
That's not necessarily what overwhelming means.
Exactly. If I say the evidence is overwhelming, most people hear, there's barely anywhere left for the other explanation to survive.
But 75% leaves 25%.
Right.
So Andrew loses that?
On the word, Candace has a point, but Candace creates an even bigger burden.
0?
0. Not I have reasonable doubt. Not the state hasn't convinced me. 0% that Tyler fired the shot.
By saying she thinks he was involved somehow.
Exactly.
So if you believe he was involved, how did the possibility that he fired the shot reach literally 0?
That was never established.
So round 1?
Andrew overstates with overwhelming. Candace overstates even harder with 0.
Yes, those are two aspects that have a lot to do with why they're debating in the first place. One, Andrew Wilson is an idiot because why would you spend $300,000 to argue against your own premise? You started this debate, Andrew Wilson, by saying there is overwhelming evidence in this Tyler Robinson case. And then you go on to the podcast and you don't share any damn evidence. Even the text message thread that whatever it was that you read on your phone, you could not even prove whether that's AI or not, or whether it's like you did not share the metadata. So what you read saying you got it from Turning Point USA, that could be a lie. And then on top of that, so you didn't show any evidence, share any evidence that we didn't know. Because if you want to come on a debate, an actual debate, and you turn around and say, hey, there is insurmountable evidence, overwhelming evidence, and then you don't come on the podcast with anything, we're stuck with the wavering evidence, or not unwavering, we're stuck with the small amount of bullshit evidence because you didn't share any. So you can't prove in a debate, you had to prove something, that there's overwhelming evidence because you didn't do anything. And on top of that, when you were asked, and I got that, let me see if I think I got it here.
Just out of curiosity, are you 0 to 100? What is the likelihood that you think Tyler Robinson?
So right here, this stupid idiot turns around and ruin his whole point of spending the $300,000 to be on here with his own admission that is not enough evidence for this young boy to die.
Just
because if he gets convicted, he's going to get the chair.
Out of curiosity, are you between 0 to 100? What is the likelihood that you think Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk and killed him?
Based on the evidence right now, I don't know. I'd say 75, 85%.
What? So let me get this straight. This dude spent $300,000 to debate Candace Owens, and you're not even sure that Tyler Robinson did it? Sir, you are an idiot.
Candace?
0%.
0%.
I'm at 0. I have been demanding not a debate, just an open conversation with Turning Point USA. They should be here. It shouldn't be you in that chair. It should be the person that took Charlie's place, maybe Erica Kirk, maybe Andrew Colbert. He's a spokesperson. And rather than doing that, they send us another influencer.
A drunk, degenerative, possibly drug addict influencer to represent Turning Point USA. And I go back and forth with Jesse all the time. Jesse on fire about whether Charlie Kirk is alive or dead. And at first, I used to think he was, but everybody at Turning Point USA are idiots. And Charlie Kirk was not an idiot from what we've seen. So if he's still alive, he would be making better decisions. Just imagine Charlie Kirk being the one to pick a person to go at it with Candace Owens. He would have picked somebody better than Andrew Wilson. So even though there's sides of me that think he still may be alive, and that is, of course, what Jesse says, I don't think he's alive because of all this, the culmination of decisions that Turning Point USA keeps making. Think about this, because I personally think Erica Kirk is an idiot. Her herself is an idiot. I think everybody at Turning Point USA are also idiots. Erica Kirk, the idiot she is, turns around and hires Andrew Wilson to do all these things for her when he himself called her an idiot. Why would you hire somebody that blatantly, publicly called you an idiot all over the place? On Twitter, he said it multiple times. And then he turned around and said it. He tripled down and said it in front of Candace. So because of that, I do not think he is still alive, because he would have been making some type of decisions in the background. Andrew Wilson is literally the worst decision that they've made thus far. Can anybody tell me if there's a better decision that they've made? Oh, I'm sorry. Can anybody tell me if there's a worse decision that they've made? I mean, before Andrew Wilson. I personally think Andrew Wilson is the worst decision that they've made thus far. Let me know if y'all think, what y'all think. Because that means they're making bad decisions still. They're still making bad decisions. So, I don't know. All right, so let's go back to this.
This is where Candace got him pretty good.
The degraded DNA argument.
She says Tyler's material on the gun was the most degrading among multiple contributors.
And she asks Andrew, if Tyler
somebody said the fireworks were worse.
just used this gun, why would his contribution?
Yeah, name something that was worse as far as the decisions that Turning Point USA made compared to making Andrew Wilson their spokesperson.
Supposedly be the most degraded.
And Andrew eventually basically says, yes, I don't have an explanation.
Yep.
That's a Candace win.
On that question, absolutely. If you're telling me the evidence is overwhelming and I show you something inside that evidence you cannot explain,
You can't just say, so what?
right.
And another thought, is he alive or is he dead, y'all? Let me open up another poll.
And remember, the actual prosecution case does include DNA evidence associated with Robinson and the recovered rifle. The defense has challenged the reliability and interpretation of some of that forensic evidence.
Okay, so Candace wins?
Wait.
Here we go.
Somebody says the mannequin hands, her taking that video of her kissing the mannequin in the in that room was worse. That I can agree with that. That was probably the worst. I would agree with that.
Go.
Because Andrew asked the next question.
Which was?
Even if I give you everything you just said, how does that prove he was set up?
Oh.
That's different.
Yeah.
This evidence has a problem does not automatically equal someone planted the evidence as part of a setup.
So Candace found a hole.
But Andrew caught her trying to fill the hole with one specific explanation.
When there could be others.
Exactly.
Damn. So same round. Candace wins the unanswered forensic question.
And Andrew wins the inference.
This part was confusing.
Because they were arguing two different things.
Candace kept saying the preliminary hearing was hearsay.
And here's what we verified. Utah Rule 1102 really does allow reliable hearsay in a criminal preliminary hearing.
So Candace was right.
Partially. The rule says reliable hearsay is admissible. And
I tried to have Darwin on here with me, but he's out with the family. He has kids and a wife or whatever, so he couldn't be here with me. But yeah, this is amazing right here.
Utah allows probable cause at this stage to rest in whole or in part on that type of evidence.
Meaning this isn't the actual trial standard.
Correct. So when Candace says, don't treat everything you heard at the preliminary hearing like it has already survived a full trial.
That's fair.
Very fair.
But
she pushes it too far when she starts talking as though the entire hearing being under Rule 1102 makes the evidence basically hearsay.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So I did a poll, 1,200 votes, or almost 1,100 votes. Should Candace give Andrew Wilson a rematch? And 85% of you guys said no. So I'm going to end that poll. Thank you guys for taking that poll.
Because the rule doesn't say that.
Exactly. It permits hearsay. It doesn't magically turn everything into hearsay.
So who wins?
Somebody said bringing Nicki Minaj on stage was worse than this situation with Andrew Wilson. That's a good one, but I don't think that's worse.
Candace wins the warning about the lower evidentiary stage. But Andrew was...
Somebody said they're guilty for voting yes. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see a rematch. I'm not mad at you for that.
Right not to accept preliminary hearing equals all hearsay.
Candace says some of the footage was blurry.
And mocked one identification because the people were wearing the same type of shoes.
Which sounds weak.
By itself, very weak. Same shoes did not equal same person.
Candace win?
Not once Andrew asked the other evidence.
Like what?
Prosecution isn't publicly relying on, look, Converse sneakers by itself.
Somebody says, what's the timestamp of when Andrew Wilson touched his earpiece? I'll show it to you guys real quick. I'm going to keep playing this, but somebody wanted to see that. It's right here. I'll just bring it up and come back. No problem. Give it a second to load.
He is seen 4 other times on camera. The fact being just a standard white boy with brown hair was seen walking up staircase. White boy with brown hair was seen. White boy with brown hair was seen. White boy with brown hair was seen.
Go ahead.
Just so I also have clarity.
So that was when he was touching his earpiece. I just want to show y'all that. All right, let's get back to it. What's the video? Oh, here it is.
Evidence.
Like what?
Prosecution isn't publicly relying on, look, Converse sneakers by itself. Prosecutors presented a sequence of surveillance footage they say shows Robinson entering campus, changing clothes, climbing toward the rooftop area, and leaving after the shooting.
So Candace isolated one variable.
Exactly. And Andrew's answer was basically, you don't identify somebody using one detail, you combine details.
And I want to talk about evidence real quick. I have evidence that a lot of you have not subscribed to my channel, and a lot of you have not hit the like button yet. So would y'all want me to show you my evidence, or would you rather just subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video and hit the hype button? I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I have evidence that you have not subscribed to my channel and you have not hit the like button. So please hit the like button. I'm watching you. I see you.
Shoes, clothing, route, vehicle, messages, other identification.
That's how cumulative evidence works.
So Andrew wins that one?
On the logical point, yes. Candace can challenge each identification, but
yeah, Candace kind of like was talking about shoes and burgundy shirts and stuff. So she lost on that one little point.
Converse shoes aren't proof.
Candace caught him on his own tweet.
Yep.
She said he publicly listed things he considered overwhelming.
He pushed back, they pulled the tweet, and there it was.
Then his answer became, "That's not my exhaustive list."
Which may be true, but that's not the same thing as "I didn't say that."
So Candace gets the point.
Clean point.
Yes.
If somebody says you said X, you say, "No, I didn't." They pull X up.
You don't get to replace the argument with, "Well, I also said Y."
Exactly. Andrew lost that exchange.
Here's where I started having trouble with Candace's 0%.
Same.
Because there wasn't just a rifle.
No. According to prosecutors, they presented a handwritten note allegedly left by Robinson saying he had an opportunity to kill Kirk and took it. And prosecutors also presented a Discord message attributed to Robin saying, "It was me at UVU yesterday."
Now that doesn't mean the court has proven he's guilty.
Correct.
And they can't prove that that was a handwritten note because somebody burnt the handwritten note and took a picture of the note. So that doesn't make any sense.
Defense disputes parts of the state's case, but we're evaluating Candace's 0.
So to maintain 0,
you eventually need an alternative explanation for all of that.
Fake messages, coerced.
Yeah, somebody burnt the handwritten note. Conveniently, right?
Not him. Part of the setup.
Something.
You can't just poke holes in the rifle and make the confessions disappear.
Exactly.
So Andrew wins this.
I think Andrew wins a major burden of proof round here because his theory doesn't require every individual piece to prove the case by itself. He's saying the pieces corroborated one another.
And Candace has the harder job because she's saying 0.
Exactly.
And Candace has her alternative timeline.
Right. She says she spoke with a restaurant owner and had seen or knew of a receipt connected to the theory that Robinson was somewhere else.
And I want to say this. I don't think the text messages are going to be admissible during the actual court hearing due to the fact that they cannot find out whether it's real text messages or not because there's a picture of a handwritten note. So I don't think the text messages at all are going to be admissible in court. And I also have some information on text messages. So remind me in like 2 minutes to bring up the video talking about the text messages, y'all.
But later in the debate, Andrew starts drilling into it.
Do you have the receipt?
No.
Then I'll read the super chats.
Exactly.
And Candace has her alternative timeline.
Right. She says she spoke with a restaurant owner and had seen or knew of a receipt connected to the theory that Robinson was somewhere else.
The person we're watching, his name is Darwin McPherson. He's out. I was going to have him on the show. I'm going to have him on the show in the near future. He's a good person. He's slowly getting into this stuff, and he's really, really good. So his name is Darwin McPherson. He says something about his YouTube channel. So look up Darwin McPherson. I think it's still up. I think he said they took it down. I don't know what happened. So his name is Darwin McPherson.
But later in the debate, Andrew starts drilling into it.
Do you have the receipt?
No.
Have you identified, confirmed the receipt belongs to Tyler Robinson?
No. Not from what was established in the exchange.
And then Candace says something that hurt her.
What?
She basically appeals back to Rule 1102 as justification for leaving it on her timeline.
But she's not a court.
Exactly. Rule 1102 determines what Utah permits at a preliminary examination. It doesn't transform an unconfirmed internet timeline into court-grade evidence.
Oh.
Andrew wins that one.
This might have been Andrew's best moment.
Candace says Erica should have been sat down and questioned.
Andrew asks, do you know that she hasn't been?
And Candace says no.
That's a problem.
Big problem. You can say, I want to know whether she was questioned.
Fine.
You could say, if she wasn't questioned, I think that's an investigation failure.
Also fine.
But if you say, why wasn't she questioned? When you don't know whether she was.
You smuggled the conclusion into the question.
Exactly. Andrew wins.
What about Turning Point giving Andrew information before the debate?
Interesting. But we have to be careful.
Candace says that makes...
It wasn't authenticated, so that would be thrown out if this was an official court hearing. Andrew Wilson coming there making up some shit, saying, oh, this is never before heard. Man, shut up. You didn't even show the damn text or the metadata.
To look like their representative.
But receiving evidence from somebody does not prove you're their agent.
So Candace can question bias.
Absolutely.
But she can't jump from they helped you prepare to therefore you are their horse.
Right. That's the same inference problem Andrew kept accusing her of.
So funny enough.
Same rule applies both ways. Excess can create possible bias. It doesn't prove control.
Okay. So who won?
I'm not answering that.
After all of this.
Nope.
So he doesn't answer that because, of course, he wants engagement under his post. But we all know who won. Who won, y'all? Say who won in the chat. Did Candace win or did Andrew Wilson win? Tell me what your vote is in the chat. Say Candace or Andrew Wilson. And you're not going to get beat up if you said Andrew Wilson. What do you think? Who do you think? According to that and according to what you've seen in the video, who won, Candace or Andrew? Drop your vote. All right, so one more video and I'm going to read super chats. So somebody reminded me about talking about a video about text messages. So y'all check this out. And shout out to Godfather of Chaos.
There's still a lot of people who don't quite understand with the text messages.
All right, so let's see. Shout out to Godfather of Chaos. He does good work. Drop your super chats now or forever hold your peace. Drop your super chats now or forever hold your peace. I'm reading the super chats in about a good 2 minutes. So drop your super chats or forever hold your peace. Drop your super chats right now or forever hold your peace.
Right, there's still a lot of people who don't quite understand the issue with the text messages that they claim Tyler Robinson sent, basically confessing to everything. And let me show you why that this is an issue, okay? Because you can certainly have more than one phone tied into an account or a number, and somebody can certainly send a message and have it come across as somebody else. There can be multiple people who have access to one particular number or account. I'm going to show you right here. The phone on the right is active. It's active. I use it every day. The phone on the left is an old phone. It is not active. You see it shows SOS, but it is connected to Wi-Fi. So the Apple IDs on both these phones are the same. And when this phone here is connected to the internet, it receives or sends anything associated with that account. I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to send a message right here to my mom and watch what happens on the other phone. Just like that. Exact same thing. Even though I sent it from this phone. Now I can do the same thing on the other phone. Let's just say, call me. Hopefully she'll wait before she does. All right, now we're gonna hit send and see what happens to the phone that's active. There we go. You see, guys, this should not be hard to comprehend. And if you can't understand why this is an issue with those text messages that they claim to be sent from Tyler that are worded completely like outside of the normal language that a young kid in today's age would use, doesn't sound anything like him. All right, now she's responding, so let's see what happens.
He's making some great points right here because no millennial talks like that. And no millennial is going to write a handwritten note.
Okay, on both.
Or a Gen Z person, I would say.
Both phones. So just looking, you can't tell which one of these phones I'm actually sending it from. If when you're looking back at the messages, it could have come from either phone. So this is not conclusive evidence that Tyler made a confession. And almost the contrary. I think this raises some huge red flags, especially when you look at the content of his messages and the wording that he used. It sure looks like somebody else was logged in to Tyler's ID and sending remote messages. And that's definitely a possibility. And that's the biggest thing, because they have to prove beyond a reasonable.
All right. So that is that. All right. So let's read super chats. And thank you guys so much for being here and just hanging out with me. All right. I read that one. Shout out to Danielle12. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Unbelievably horrible guilt. We can't control it. Oh, you're talking about the SA situation. Okay. And I just want to say this to the people that were in here earlier. We talked about the SA thing. I hope I didn't trigger anybody, because that subject matter is extremely triggering and traumatizing. So if I or me playing that video or having that conversation about that triggered anybody, I want to apologize and let me know if there's anything that I can do, because just even me playing that video is crazy, because I feel responsible for anybody that I turn around and inadvertently triggered by playing anything in particular on my show. So I hope I didn't trigger anybody, and if I have, I apologize. So unbelievably horrible guilt. We can't control it. It's all about control. That's why rich rich people, I guess, rich fucks, I guess, do that to tadpoles. Yeah, it provides them with control. I was for 10 years scopes. Oh, it scopes your future. Yeah. So I want to show you guys something that the Tate brothers actually said that kind of like goes right along with that. Let's see. Give me a second. Where are you guys, Tate brothers? You pieces of shit guys. Here it is. Is this it? I think it's this.
To try to kill me. They have one move left. They tried the letters, that ain't gonna work. They tried the money 2 days ago.
Of Melania and Trump saying they just days before Tate was arrested.
This is not it. And I'm gonna read the rest of the super chat, y'all. I just want to find something where the Tate brothers kind of like confirmed what Danielle just said. These guys are pieces of dog shit. Where's the Tate brother stuff? It's loading. I'll forget it. I'll get to it in a minute. Then read the rest of the super chats. All right, so thank you so much for that. Shout out to Mr. Neutral for the 5 jewels. Shout out to Adrian again. Abuser think the dude like it. Okay. The abuser thinks the dude likes it because of being erect. You have a point. A guy confused, feeling guilt, and question their sexuality. Then the abusers themselves emotional or gay. You have a point. Just because a man is erect and he's getting abused, that does not mean he likes it. I agree with you on that. Shout out to Insert Opinion. You have to play the clip of Candace looking at PBD and both of them shake their heads as Andrew is speaking. I don't have that clip. I don't have that clip. Shout out to Buff Like Jesus, new member. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. And this is YISE. I don't know if that's the actual name. Yacelis, I think. Yacelis. Thank you so much. 67. Major face palm, great analysis. Earn my subscription. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna play a commercial, and then I'm going to find the Andrew Tate
If you
video.
had one wish involving us, what would it be? That we got along better. Okay. The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you, my mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom. And, like, when you look back at things that maybe, like, made you mad at me, you realize, like, okay, well, that is hard.
I just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it. I just played this card game with my mom and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret it.
All right, I think I found it.
It's infected and lies cannot last forever.
Police are here. No, police are here.
This is when they got arrested the first time.
There's police pulling up at my house right now.
There literally is police here.
Can we go live on a phone? Is that possible?
No, but they're here. I can't confirm.
Okay. Right. Well, you film. Shut this down. Police are here.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all.
You feel bad or no?
Fuck no. To give a solitary.
I don't care. I used to take lonely men and take hundreds of thousands for them through my webcam business, and like I enjoyed it because like, give me your money, you're a piece of. Like, what kind of moral person does that? But
I've got my main, my bottom, Vivian. So Vivian here. That's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England.
All right, listen to everything he says here. Listen to everything he says right here.
I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company. So Vivian's been with me 6 years.
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Uh-oh.
Vivian's younger. Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21. And at this point, he's been a girlfriend for 6 years.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Check out the date. Got to do the science on this.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends. From 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Hey, stupid. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen?
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw on the video is just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Just what happens, you
Crazy.
Listen, look at the camera. Why are you getting hit?
you do the math.
I don't wanna.
You do the math.
I don't wanna.
She was basically 14, 15 when they got into a relationship. That means when did he start talking to her?
Damn. 14, 15. Y'all hear this shit? 14, 15 years old, y'all. He was in a relationship with her.
When she was 14.
Or earlier. Depending on how long that shit took. Think about that. Think about this.
Coconuts in Barbados. You know, so far, we haven't said what we thought.
Well, I'll tell you what I think. Andrew Tate is a piece of shit.
So because Tate repeats what they like, they defend him, but they whine about Epstein and people like Epstein all the time. Tate is no different.
Because Epstein went to jail for it. And that specific thing. Andrew Tate keeps getting out of jail. So it makes people think, oh, he must be innocent. That's a fact. But now he's back in jail, and most likely him and his piece of shit brother will stay in prison forever.
Tate's no different. He's just changed his grift. He realized he was going to go under, so he changed his plan. He realized there's more money with Hustlers University getting off, like tens of millions from fucking weirdos who think they're going to learn something and somehow better than college, right? So he just changed his grift. He changed his lingo. There's now, he's all about male self-improvement and all this other stuff. Back in the day, he was loving the fact that he was taking lonely men's money. He didn't give a shit. They want to protect kids. They want to protect kids, but they didn't mind going after little teenagers and converting them for their sex operation.
It's like taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman.
Yo, y'all listen to this. This was terrible.
I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again. It is a little bit better, but the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this and I get it.
So, one of the ladies said earlier in the super chats that rich men love messing with tadpoles because of certain aspects of power. And that's kind of like what Tristan is saying. It's not about sleeping with girls, women, or sleeping with women. It's about him sleeping with virgins. And for you to be a virgin, you have to be pretty young. And that's the problem with this. So they want virgins. Where you going to get a virgin from? There's no grown virgins. So you got to go, and that's what's disgusting about this shit. But that right there is a full answer on why these men who have money, they have millions of dollars, and they do this disgusting shit. This is the reason why, because it makes them feel like they want to be the first person to be in there. It's disgusting, man.
Taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman. I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again. It is a little bit better, but the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this and I get it. That's why this is good.
So what he's saying, and if you wonder why these men are uber rich or allegedly uber rich, and they're still looking to do these things with young girls, you want to know why? It's because of what Tristan just said. He explained specifically why they have all this money, but they still go after this demographic of young women. It's because of this.
Taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman. I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again.
They go after virgins because they look at this as some crazy experience that, they're taking a woman's virginity from her. It's like a sport to them. How many virgins can you deflower? That shit is crazy. And you're a 40-year-old man.
But the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this and I get it. That's why this is good.
It gets worse.
I'll give you that. I agree with that.
When you are,
and then Andrew says, I agree with that. So is both of them. They both are pieces of shit, and it gets worse.
The true abundance.
And then Tater Tot turns around and says, I agree with that.
Abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop. You can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17. Abundance mindset. Yeah. I have so many girlfriends and so many wonderful girlfriends. There's so many virgins.
She was a Polish virgin. Man, it hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me. So who gives a shit?
And the guy is laughing.
So what? They got money laundering on him now, which we told you guys they were going to do. Why? Because this dude admitted to money laundering. Not because I think so. It's in his own shit. Doing the money laundering. This is him. So Andrew Tate says, you're not stupid. And he's talking to one of the victims. You're not stupid. And you can probably guess how I make so much money. I have to hide what I'm really doing. And the victim says, the webcam? And he says, I've been doing this for a long time with a team of girls working on video chat. The company was fake, but this is how I laundered my dirty money. Some of the girls who work for me, I use them to do other things. To move money or illegal things, documents, and I will never do that with you. So, what do you think happens when they grab his cell phone? They look through all the records. They see these texts. What do you think they start doing? They start pulling financial records. They start demanding that banks send them stuff because they think this is part of a criminal investigation. The reason why he got charged for the other stuff and not this until now is because the process for actually finding every detail that they need to confirm the money laundering, because it's part of a larger criminal network. You think Andrew Tate and his 5 subordinates are the only ones getting charged? No, there's other people on the other end of this who are getting charged. Yeah, do I believe that these guys go for underage women? Absolutely.
And Romanian court, so there's not court in Romania. Dude, they're corruption free, as we all know. Put me in jail. I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this. Boom, boom, this is hose, this sells mine. I'm ready, put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. Take the court case, shut up. Get me out of jail. The law says you're guilty. I said get me out of jail. Don't go see a lawyer to talk about the law. I've committed multiple felonies. How much does it cost to make this all go away?
And this is the reason why Erica Kirk, in my opinion, was out in Romania also, because it's easy to get away with stuff when you have friends that are in the military and or you have a lot of money, because a lot of these third world countries, all you got to do is get them some money because they don't care. A lot of times in a third world country, they'll pull you over not because you're breaking the law, because they're looking to extort you. So as long as you got some money to give them, you get pulled over for anything, no matter what it is. You just get them some money and then you can do it. You can keep doing it. And that's kind of like what he was just saying. And this is, like I said, this is the reason why I think Erica Kirk was in Romania. You can go in Romania and just act a fool. And as long as you got some money, you can keep acting a fool. And that is exactly why, well, that is exactly my opinion on why Erica Kirk and the Tate brothers were in Romania.
Get me out of jail. The law says you're guilty. I said get me out of jail. Don't go see a lawyer to talk about the law. I have committed multiple felonies. How much does it cost to make this all go away?
Yep, that's it. That is it. That is it. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I sure did. And I have another show I want to do about Nolan Wells. So most likely I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. So if you have not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have not bought a mother-daughter card game, we got the 14 card games sold. So thank you to the people that bought card games. And if you have not bought a card game, this is your chance to buy a card game. The card game link is under this video, is in the chat, and is pinned at the top of the chat also. Or you can just go to deeperdiscussions.shop and look at the card games there. All right. For anybody watching the replay, just go to deeperdiscussions.shop and you'll see my card games there. So hit the like button, buy my card game, hit the hype button also, and share this video with anybody that is into this type of content. And that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. And I wanted to bring some people up to share your opinion, but it's now 4 o'clock, so I got to get out of here. So talk to y'all later. And I hope y'all enjoyed the show, because some of y'all are first time being here, or you haven't been here in a while. So I appreciate you guys being here. Talk to y'all later. And I'm going to play the Candace Owens song. Which song do y'all want me to play? Tell me, the Candace Owens song, the Scooby-Doo song, or the Hit the Like Button song? I'll leave it to y'all. I'll give y'all a second. Vote in the chat. Scooby-Doo song, Candace Owens song, or Hit the Like Button song? Which song do y'all want me to play? Scooby-Doo, Candace Owens, or Hit the Like Button? Let's see what y'all saying. All right. Thank you. Candace song, Scooby-Doo song, Candace song. Okay, I'll play the Candace song. And we're talking about Candace, so it makes sense to play the Candace song. All right, playing the song out of this commercial.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like another light thought, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Is a evil scumbag. She's a we have to deal with. She's a piece of.
As we all know, Candace Owens is spinning a lot of suggestion. We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt. People are going to get hurt.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All of this is fake and gay, and you know it. projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case, I don't understand it. Are things not turning now, how you planned it? We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show, Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head tie. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slide. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace.
She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Well, Erica said stop, and then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like.
Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? If you got something to say, tell it to her face. If you got something to say, tell it to her face. All this is fake and gay, and you know it. I got all the evidence, I'm about to show it. You projecting all your guilt out on us and Candace. We just trying to solve the case, I don't understand it. Are things not turning now, how you planned it? We can see it in your eyes and your body language. I see all the threats that you keep sending me, but underneath the jail is where you finna be. Your band of crooked pastors in the pulpit. Every time you speak, all I hear is bullshit. Tell the truth about Charlie Kirk instead of telling me to stop. All I wanna know is which guy took the shot. I need an answer to a question only you would know. Was Charlie Kirk's life a reenactment of the Truman Show? Truman Show, Truman Show. 100,000 of us on your head top. Please stop trying to feed us all this fed slop. Your grieving widow book tour, we ain't listening to it. And free Tyler Robinson, cause you know he didn't do it. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What? Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. Everybody wanna hate Candace. What?
It feels a little fake and gay. Gotta tell you guys, it feels a little fake and gay, and there will be no fakeness and no gayness. It was like one